Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer, and today we'll be taking a look at the Hollywood Rack's Destination 2 bike platform rack right here on our 2022 Toyota Tundra. So the Destination 2 platform rack is a very popular rack because it is lightweight, it is affordable, it is super easy to store. So if you're just looking for a quick and easy bike rack solution and you want something that's sturdier than a hanging rack on the back of your truck, that's where the Destination comes in handy. So we'll talk about all those different features, but we're gonna focus on our truck here today. That way you can see what is the better fit for you, your different types of bikes, and your Toyota Tundra. So this bike rack does not tilt away like most of the entry-level platform racks. So if you want access into your truck bed, you're gonna have to climb into your truck bed somehow or take the bike off and lower this mast, and then you'll kind of be able to open up your tailgate. So with that in mind, if you want something that gives you quick and easy access to the truck bed while bikes are on, this might not be the best option for you. You may want to consider a more premium option like the Yakima StageTwo, which lowers down deep enough for you to lower your tailgate, or even the Hollywood Rack's Destination e-bike carrier. But what types of bikes can you carry with this bike rack? Well, you are limited to a weight capacity of 35 pounds per bike, which is pretty normal for your platform racks. If you have extra heavy electric bikes, probably not going to be the best fit for you, but most of the bikes are going to be within that 35-pound weight capacity. There's going to be 3 touch points on your bike. So 2 are going to be for your wheels with a front and rear wheel strap, but then you also have this frame mount. And this frame mount is where the Destination shines beyond the other bike racks of similar price. So this mount can go up, down, left, right, or even around depending on your frames of different shapes and different sizes. To take the bike off, we're going to start actually at the wheel strap. So you just press this lever, and then that disengages the strap, and then you can just take that out of its holder, swing it down so it doesn't get caught up in the spokes. So we have one strap, then here's our second strap. Since we have so much clearance between the truck, we don't have to worry about reaching around things. Now, taking off your bike itself is going to be tricky at the frame mount. You're going to have to figure out how to hold it. I use my elbow on the frame just to give it support as I release this strap with my other hand. Once that's out, I just tilt that forward. Good thing this sits above our tailgate, giving me plenty of space to work around until I can grab my bike, lift it over that short mast, and I'm ready to go for a ride. So with the bike off, can we lower our tailgate? No, you actually cannot. What you need to do is you're gonna need to lower this mast. So we have this lever here, or I guess this knob, so just turn that just enough where you can release this anchor stand, and then you can fold this mast down, and you can use either the frame mounts or the wheel straps to secure the mast to the bike rack itself. And with the mast down, you can lower the tailgate most of the way. So you can see here that it actually makes contact with the knob on top of the bike rack. So I do not recommend just letting it sit on the bike rack. Try to support it. You'll be able to reach in and kind of get into your truck bed, but definitely something worth considering. With the bike off though, we get to take a closer look at the rack itself. So notice the way that it's shaped where it's angled downwards. I've started to call it the wings instead of the cradles. You can actually rotate these as well as move them up and down the wings depending on the wheelbase of the bike you're carrying. In fact, the maximum wheelbase you can carry with this is going to be up to 48 inches. You can see here how that strap goes around that wheel. You have a rubber piece on top to protect the wheel, and the maximum tire width you can carry with this is going to be up to 3 inches. This is going to be a super compact bike rack. So if you're worried about space and clearance beyond what your Tundra takes up, this is going to be helpful with that. So let's take some measurements to see exactly how much length does it add. Measuring from our bumper to the end of the rack by these nice white reflectors, it sits at 26 inches. So if that's something you want to just keep stored inside your garage, in your truck bed, or even in your cab, this can do so. Now let's talk about ground clearance. And on pretty much any other smaller vehicle, you'll be worried about your bikes hitting the ground. On this truck, not so much. So in terms of ground clearance, let's take a look at how high you have to lift your bikes. From the ground to the end of our wings, it sits at 25.5 inches. At the center of the wings, it sits at 30.5 inches. So thankfully, this does have a weight capacity of 35 pounds per bike, so you really shouldn't be lifting anything heavier than that up that much height. Now, what if you're not planning out on going for a ride just yet, but you also don't want to take your bike rack off? You can fold this up into the more portable or compact position. I personally recommend just going ahead and driving around with it like this because it really doesn't take up much space anyways. But for when you're storing it in your garage or in your cab, this is the way to do it. You pull this clip and that allows you to rotate this knob to take out that bolt. Once that's out, you can just let it swing as you lift up on the rack itself. Line that bolt up with the exact same hole. Tighten it down. It is threaded, so that's going to help out with reducing the shake there. And once it's fully tightened down, don't forget to use your clip. So there's going to be plenty of clearance between your tailgate and your bike rack. The length this now adds to the back of your truck is going to be from the bumper to that hinge, 13.75 inches. So big difference compared to when this was folded down. You can see how much little space this takes up. Helpful when you're driving around town and you don't want to take up more space than your big old truck already does. But what is it like living with a bike rack behind you all the time? Well, notice with it folded up like this, it doesn't go over our tailgate, obviously. Our taillights are visible. Our license plate is still pretty much visible, actually, because of this open design. And our backup camera is completely unobscured. So that way, when you're driving around, it's like you don't have anything on your hitch. You will kind of be able to open your tailgate, but only this far. Only helpful if you need to reach in real quick. I still recommend trying to jump in some other way. So this has an 1.25 inch shank, which has an included 2-inch hitch adapter. That allows us to fit right into our 2-inch hitch receiver on our Tundra. So we have an anti-rattle bolt, and there's a lock at the end. That anti-rattle bolt uses a 3/4 inch socket and wrench, or a 3/4 inch wrench. We have extras here at eTrail if you want to add that on to keep with your truck or with your bike rack. But anyways, the anti-rattle bolt, once tightens down, secures the rack and the adapter to your hitch receiver. So to demonstrate how that works, as I shake this around back and forth, even shaking it by the rack itself, you can see how I'm really just moving the truck at this point. If you do feel any movement of the rack itself, just double check that knob from when you folded it up. So my personal thoughts about this bike rack is it's going to be super helpful if you want something affordable, easy to carry, it's compact, and doesn't take up too much space. Now, if you are carrying extra heavy electric bikes, extra large mountain bikes, or carbon fiber frame bikes, you may want to consider a more premium option. We have a bunch of good ones. A really good one is the Yakima StageTwo. That's a confirmed fit with a Toyota Tundra. It even tilts away far enough to lower the tailgate. If you want to carry around more bikes, but you don't want to spend too much more money, you may want to check out the Hollywood Rack's Destination 4-bike platform rack. Has a similar design, but it's a little bit bigger, so you can carry around more bikes with your big truck. And that was a look right here at our Hollywood Rack's Destination 2-bike platform rack on our 2022 Toyota Tundra.